Hi, I'm Chris and we are JCD. In this week's episode, we start off with a big drainage job that's got a beautiful view. I've got our new general manager finally starting and we settle him into the role, and we finish off the week trying out some new kit. Let's roll the footage. Yes team, Monday, another Monday. Welcome back to another episode of We Are JCD. This week is day one of our new era at JCD. We've got our new general manager starting today, Gary. Unfortunately, I couldn't be with him. He's spending some time with Sharon and James, which is probably more productive use of his time initially, so he can get around and see some of our operations. So I know they're out at a few sites today. I did have our big meeting with our drainage, but unfortunately that got cancelled late last night at last minute. Don't panic though, it has been just pushed back slightly, so we'll just have to wait for more news around that. So I'm just going to use today now to tie off a few bits of drainage that I've got to do. I am down in Folkestone. I've got a job where I just got to quickly seal a leaking, seal a joint quickly with some resin. It's only going to take me about 10 minutes. Then I've got a job to go and look at that has got some rats that are possibly getting in the drain line, so we're going to do a survey there, and then I've got a repair to do. So then that's going to clear out the drainage for this week for me, and then I'm going to spend some time with Gary tomorrow. So I've just got down to Folkestone. I'm going to get the kit out of the van, and then we're going to go upstairs and have a look and get this joint done. Let's go. Just finished the job at Admiral's Walk. I say this was a job we done a while ago. There was a little bit of a gap, but it was quite close to a junction, and that's why the patch wasn't over it. Literally, like, we're talking millimetres, and if the guys would have under-egged it and patched over the junction, we would have been in trouble, and we've had to get someone to come and cut it out. So the right decision by the guys, but the client just wanted it filled in. They see it on the after report video, which is understandable. So I've gone and done that. Client's happy, showing him with the camera after. Now I've got to head over to Tunbridge, where we are investigating a pest issue. Probably an hour drive right the opposite way, but get over there, get that done, and then we'll see what's going on. Let's jump in the van. So we've just arrived at our next job. This particular customer called me last week. They are having some issues with what they believe are pests in the drain line. They've had a pest control company out. They also think it's the drains, so we've come to have a look. Just pulled up. Let's go and knock and see what we can do. What is happening, guys? I am back at Guildford HQ. The job I went to, well, we haven't sorted the problem, but we certainly managed to identify it. So I checked all the drains for this particular customer. There was no issue. They did have a Windsor trap that they didn't know. As soon as I see it, I said, you've got a trap there, that's blocked, which is probably not helping the scenario, because there was obviously all sorts in the line that pests will come to eat or smell or whatever it may be. We managed to clear that, get it all sorted out. I didn't manage to take any pictures on this occasion, but we got that sorted. On the benching, which is outside of the manhole, there is a hole, quite a large hole. I'd say there's about a brick's worth. So I managed to squeeze the camera up there, and there are two large cavities. It looks like a tunnel into the house. So I managed to identify that for the customer, and we're going to do a return visit there on Wednesday to try and get that resolved for them. We're going to backfill it all, put a new brick in there, seal that hole up so that there's no pest there, and the client was really happy. Imagine people embarrassed with things like that. It is a common occurrence, to be honest, and people get a little bit embarrassed when they initially call up, but it can be quite unsettling because they can hear pests in the walls, especially at night, which must be super unnerving, I can imagine. So the lady there was happy, and the gentleman was very nice and very accommodating with what we needed. He was wanting to get stuck in and help, which is always nice from customers. So yeah, I've just got back to Guildford HQ. As I mentioned, Gary's first day today. He is out and about with James. I'm going to spend the rest of that at home today, and then tomorrow I'm going to be with him the rest of the day. I am going to get some bits of paperwork done that I need to get done, bits and pieces that I've been putting off, and then I'm pretty flexible the rest of this week, to be honest. Adam's away on a holiday. I had an email about a podcast that we've got next week, and we're going to do a complete standalone video about that one because it is quite an interesting location we're going to go to. So we're going to do the day in the life of a podcast host. We've done a day of life in the of a cleaning entrepreneur. Adam put a link to the video here or wherever it goes, but we're going to do a total standalone video about how we get set up, what we do, how we arrange the guests and bits and pieces like that. I think that'll be an interesting one to do, and plus this is a super interesting venue with another top CEO of a soft services company, so should be good. Looking forward to that one. So that's going to wrap up. What's today? It's Monday today. It's Monday, isn't it? I was going to say Tuesday then. Forgetting the week already. That's going to wrap up Monday. I will catch up with you guys tomorrow where we will be at HQ, and I'll give you an update and hopefully introduce you to our new GM. What is happening, team? It is Tuesday and I have just got back to Guilfoyle HQ. So we've had our new GM start, Gary. It's his first couple of days, so the last couple of days I've just been with him. Obviously he's a new starter, need to spend a lot of time with him, especially in the role that he is going to be doing. He's going to be looking after our operations moving forward. So I've had to spend the last couple of days with him. We've been getting through some more interviews for one of our admin roles, and we've found a couple of good candidates, but don't want to rush into that role particularly. One, I've got no reason to, although we're getting a little bit behind with some of the admin stuff we need to be doing. There's no need just to take someone on for the sake of it, or just get some arms and legs in the door, as I call it. So I've been spending time with him. Tomorrow we've got a meeting with James Eaton. He's coming down to see us, and we're going to run through some system stuff. But today I've just been going through how the business runs at the moment, what it looks like moving forward for me, what the systems look like, bits and pieces we need to improve on, and everything in between. It's been a bit of a heavy couple of days, if I'm honest, just sort of, sitting there and going through absolutely everything we do as a business. And obviously it's hard to do in one go and one take. It's going to take us a little while and take a little bit of time for Gary to get used to things, but I'm sure he will, and it is definitely a step in the right direction. I'll be honest with you guys, as I say, this last couple of weeks, with last week or so especially, with Gary starting, and we're being so busy at Greywater and getting ready for that, getting ready for Gary's start with us this week. It's been a little bit stressful, to be honest. As I say, I'd like to think I shoulder stress relatively well, but it's been testing and trying, to say the least. But as I always say on the channel, it's about the ups and downs. So not too much going on this week. Adam's away at the moment, and when he gets back, we're going to have a little discussion about how we change up our content. I'm not quite sure what that looks like yet. It's still going guns blazing. We've had some real good clips. Podcast is doing super great at the moment. We've done 10 million plus views on our podcast over the past few weeks, so that's picking up pace. We've gone from literally like 300 Instagram followers, and I know that views doesn't necessarily translate to business or anything like that, but it's nice to see us getting eyes on and hopefully allow us to get some bigger guests. We've gone from like 300 followers on Instagram to nearly 8,000 now, so yeah, it's growing nicely, which is good. A little bit of an update for you guys. So that's going to wrap up Tuesday. Short update, guys, is what it is. As I always say, I'm documenting the journey, giving you guys a glimpse into what goes on and the real ups and downs of running multiple businesses for myself. So yeah, have a good evening. I will see you tomorrow for another catch up, and I'll let you know how we get on with Mr. James Eaton from Digital Scientist. What is happening, team? It is Wednesday. Told you guys yesterday I am going to be tied up for the next couple of days, well, even tomorrow, next 3 days, because obviously Gary started. We had James Eaton, who has been on our podcast from Digital Scientist, come down today, and we were talking about new systems that we're going to implement. We've tried doing this before, but obviously now with Gary on board, he's going to be driving that change forward. So we've had enough. Oh look, dog's come join me. All right? Yeah, busy stretching, busy day. Go on in, good boy. Yeah, so a busy day down at HQ. It was good, nice and productive, to be honest. James came down, spent a couple of hours with us, and then me and Gary had a catch up about some other bits and pieces. Had a bit of a drama this morning. The tanker wouldn't start. Don't know why it does that every now and then. Sometimes every now and then, but probably once every 6 months. Just needs a little bump start. Not quite sure what happened there. So I managed to get that done today. Boys done a repair, rat ingress. I was going to go and do that job, but as I didn't get around to it, so they went and done it because I had to move a few things around. But I've had some bad news. today. And those of you that are long-time followers are going to be as pissed off and shocked as I am. But the drainage van is playing up again. For those of you that don't know, the van broke down, 50,000 miles, Peugeot Boxer, 50,000 miles, fully serviced, just over 3 years old when it broke down, December 2022. I got that van back 6 months ago after paying half of the repair bill for a new engine. Mitchell and John are driving it today. It goes limp again, and that's what it was doing just when it broke down. Luckily, they've managed to get it back to here, and I've got a mobile mechanic to come and have a look at it tomorrow. Peugeot, if this van goes wrong again, I'm going to sue your ass. I'm going to have legal people involved because it's had a new engine not even 6 months ago. I haven't even had the van back 3 months. And it is on my drive again, unable to be driven or allow me to feed my family by using it for the business that I bought it for. Piece of shit. So I'm in a bad mood. But we don't let that bring us down. We're going to reset tomorrow. Hopefully the mechanic comes out and has a look at it and can tell us what's wrong with it. But yeah, tomorrow we've got interviews. Me and Gary are interviewing 6 people for our admin role. Hopefully we will get that sorted because it's an important role in the business and we need to get that resolved ASAP so we can get someone in, get them going what they need to be doing. So, little update today. It's going to be a bit talking heavy this week, unfortunately. When Adam gets back from his holiday, we're going to have a little chat about what our content looks like moving forward. Who knows? There'll be a change round to We Are JCD. I'm not quite sure, but I'm sure he's thinking about it while he is on his cruise. Anyway, that wraps up Wednesday. Say bye to the van. I think I'm going to set fire to it. It carries on. It's all it's worth really at the moment. Keeps sitting on the drive. Luckily, we don't owe any finance on it. So that wraps up Wednesday. I'll see you guys tomorrow for a day of interviewing. Yes, team. It's Thursday, late Thursday afternoon. I am at Guilfoyle HQ. So as you guys know, we've had Gary start with us now. And the last week or so, obviously, I need to spend some time with him, making sure he understands all the commercial aspects of the business, what it looks like back of house at the moment, what we want that to look like moving forward, so that he can then start to implement the changes we want to see within the business. So Tuesday, I was with him in the office and we were going through some of the back of house stuff. Today, I've tried to take him around some of the key stakeholders in the customers that I manage myself, which is not a lot of them, but they're basically our biggest customers that I maintain a personal relationship with. So I've took them around to him, introduced him, and then he will start to have his own relationship with these different customers. Definitely the right decision. It's one of those things we've always contemplated, should we get someone else in at a high level management position, and we've kicked the can down the road for quite a while, to be honest, but I think it will be one of those roles that we go, oh, why didn't we get that in sooner? So spending a lot of time with him, but it's going the way it should be. It's Friday tomorrow. I will be in the office for most of the day. It's been a long day, so I'm going to wrap this one up early. As always, I apologise for short days like this. I can't help but do it. But sometimes it just needs me to be in the office and out and about with customers, and it's not right to film. And today has been one of those days, but we will get back on the content and the jobs nice and quickly for you guys. So that wraps up Thursday. I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. Big thank you to Martin Kelly down at CJ Kelly for the training today. We left CJ Kelly after an interesting morning with our new piece of kit that we're going to get out on site and use pretty soon. Unfortunately, on the way home, I got a call out. I went and done it myself. Job that we've got coming up, it was blocked. I'll be honest with you, it was a nightmare. Really a two-man job, but sometimes you've just got to get stuck in and use the cards that you've been dealt. Today's been a bit of a pain in the arse, to be honest. It's been a stressful couple of weeks, to be fair. You know, people chasing me up for things, and you guys see literally probably 15% of what I do day to day. And everyone rings like I'm sitting around just waiting for the next piece of content to film, and I do nothing in between. As I mentioned, I probably film about 15% of what I actually do every day. And people forget that. As I say, they think I just sit around making YouTube videos all day and I don't do nothing else. My businesses are still young businesses. They still need me in them day to day. And, you know, people phoning me or getting upset because I'm not answering them back, or, oh, I haven't done this straight away and this needs to be done by then, when they're telling me the same day. It drives me up the wall. And then when I come across pissed off, people go, oh, well, why are you being funny? You get upset about it. Like, I am actually quite a busy guy, despite what probably it looks like on YouTube, that I just go around making interesting videos. Even that's becoming a bit of a pain in the arse at the moment. But it's a long-term strategy. We've got some super interesting stuff coming up. We've got some new managers coming on board, and hopefully that's going to make things a little bit easier. So a long day all in all. We left early. It is now 9:15 in the evening. So all you've seen is the interesting stuff that I've done at CJ Kelly. I was up before that working, traveling there, traveling back, and then I've gone and done a job which just took me 4 or 5 hours to do because I was on my own, taking 4,000 phone calls in between, people texting me again, oh, you haven't texted me back all day, because I'm not sitting on my arse. Remember that. It takes real effort. Not one of these guys who've got investment and I sit back and just, you know, do nothing all day. We're out there grafting every single day, despite what you guys think that I'm just sitting around making YouTube videos all day. I'm trying to take you guys along the journey whilst I'm running a business. This is the secondary part of that, not the primary. So, sorry to end the note on a nag, but hey, sometimes you got to get it off your chest. Hope you guys have a good weekend. I will see you Monday. Next week, there's one particular day out of the week, well, actually two, that are super interesting. We've got a podcast at one of the world's biggest sporting venues, and we've also got a tender for one of our biggest contracts yet. See you guys next week.